So I know as a mom that the time is never going to be just right to start anything. You know, I think I always thought, well, if we can get through one more volleyball season, or once we get through there, you know, senior year is going to be so busy. Once Chelsea graduates and I've just got one in school, it's going to be easier. And then when Francie finishes volleyball, it's easier. Oh, but then work is busy, so let me get through the holidays. And then, you know, it becomes this cycle of, I'm going to start, you know, and then the next thing you know, 3, 4, 5 years have gone by. So my biggest thing, and you're here, and I think that's great, is just don't wait. You know, don't wait any longer. Don't let this be the start of something great. Don't let it be like you did this and you ran the 5K and then I'm done, I did it. Let it be the start of something great. Running may not be your thing, as she said, the cross training. I do CrossFit. I love to run 5Ks. It's about as far as I ever want to run. I'm not a great runner, but I do enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to running with you all. So the time's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be weeks and nights and Saturdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays that feel busy. But my recommendation for you is to find that time, carve it out. If it's get up at 6:30 and walk for 15 minutes before the kids get up, or if you get up at 5:30, I get up at 4:15 every morning. Find that time. If it's at 8:30 at night when the kids are already in bed, you know, figure out what works for you and make it work for you. Don't let it slide, because time is always, it's going to go by whether you did it or not. And so find that time for yourself. You know, for me, getting started was the hardest part. I spent years stressed about my way, overwhelmed by my way, not knowing where to start, who to turn to, how do I ask for help, what am I supposed to do, should I run, should I walk, you know, what am I supposed to do? And what's so great about this program is that you've got someone here telling you this is what you need to do, and you've got the support. I felt very alone, even though I had a great husband and great kids. I didn't know if they wanted to help me. I was afraid to ask for help. And what's so great about this is that you've got built-in support. You've got women, you know, you can look around the room and see there's women here. Everyone is at a starting place. And so you've got the support of the women around you. I'll be involved with that too, blogging and communicating with you all. I joined that Facebook group today, so you can find me on there. And then you've got someone saying, hey, this is how to get started. You know, if it's 15 minutes, that 15 minutes, like she said, meeting is better than 15 minutes sitting on the couch, you know. Speaking to that, I was telling someone today, when we first went to boot camp, we did boot camp at the beginning of my year. I was gone for 3 months to Denver, and every morning we had 2 hours of cardio right off the bat. And I weighed 300 pounds when I got there and was totally out of shape. And Heidi Powell, Chris's wife, is kind of the tough one of the two of them. You know, she's a little spitfire, and I love Heidi. But I kept a journal, and so I was reading it recently. I looked back, and like I said, I can run a 5K. I can run the whole way if I need to. I'm not a fast runner, but I can do it in 30 minutes or so. But on one of my first journal entries at boot camp, I wrote, Heidi is crazy, and she's expecting way too much. We were walking for 2 minutes, walking faster for 2 minutes, and then she wanted me to run for a whole minute. And I was just like, she's expecting way too much of me to run for a whole minute. And I couldn't catch my breath by the time the next minute came around, you know. And so I look back and think it's so funny to see where I started. And so I'm excited for you all to get started, whether you've ever run before or not. I think it's going to be an amazing time together. Knowing that my biggest hurdles were support and not knowing how to start. And I'm so excited that you have that right here. It's amazing what they're offering you, the fact that you've got someone to say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run with you on Saturdays and help you. I think it's incredible, and it's going to be great for you. The thing I would think is, you're here tonight. This is a great first step, but keep this promise to yourself as you go through the next few weeks, and time, you know, life will get busy and your kids will get sick, or you will have something at school, or you've got kids have soccer. Don't allow that to distract you from what you're feeling right now about being excited about starting. You want to commit to something. I agree with her. Sign up for the race. Don't wait. Do it now, because that way you're committing to doing that race. I'm going to be there running with you all. I want us all to do that together. So commit to something and set that goal, and then keep that promise. That was a big light bulb moment for me, was when Chris talked to us about keeping promises to ourselves. You know, we always keep our commitments to our family. We keep them for work. We keep them for, you know, volunteer at church. We don't back out of those things. you know, we never back out of the commitments we have for everyone else. But somehow when we commit time to ourselves, it becomes the one thing that we're okay with saying, oh, I can't get to that today. You know, make it a priority. Make yourself a priority and keep those promises. You know, if you had a friend that canceled on you all the time, every time you made lunch plans, she all of a sudden last minute said I couldn't come, you would begin to not want to be friends with that person, and you would begin to distrust that person. And that's what you've done over the years, as you've broken those promises on, I swear I'm going to eat better, I swear I'm going to get started, and you break it, and you break it, and you break it. I did. You know, you learn to kind of distrust yourself, and you just think, when am I ever really actually going to do this? Let this be the time that you actually really do this. Be committed, and keep that promise. Don't back out on it. Keep the promises. Stick to the training schedule that you send you. 2 nights a week, I know you can do that. Saturday mornings, it's perfect. It's early, get up and get it done. I love working out in the mornings because I feel like it sets the tone for a successful day. We get up at 4:15, my husband and I go to the gym. I teach a class and then I stay and work out. And, you know, we're home at 7 a.m. and we're 2.5 hours into our day already. But it sets me up to eat better for the rest of the day when I've worked out early. But the biggest thing is just keep that promise. Keep the commitment that you're making tonight. Remember how that feels. You know, I said earlier that I couldn't run 1 minute when I first started. And so when I got home from boot camp, I had just, towards the end of boot camp, I ran my first full mile without stopping. It took about 14 minutes, but I did it. And so I was running as I got home, and I remember we had signed up for a 5K, and it was the same thing. I set a goal and thought, I really want to run this 5K. I want to run the whole way. I don't want to have to walk any of it. And so I was just training, working, running in my neighborhood, and so I was, one day I thought, I'm just going to see how far I can run, and I turned on my, kind of Map My Run app on my phone. I was wearing it on my arm, that's why I'm playing my arm. It's not my phone, but I have my armband on, and so it's tracking, and she said, you know, run 1 mile, and I'm like, okay, I ran a mile, good. And then it's like I got to 2, and I thought, I think I could keep going. And I ran until she said 3 miles, and I thought, I've almost done it, and I was almost home, so I ran around the block and watching it until I got to like 3.1, and I, right as I pulled into my house, ran up my driveway, and I stopped and looked at it, and then I like burst into tears crying because I had run a 5K just all alone in my neighborhood, but it was a big moment for me, and I'm excited for you to have that moment. I want to cross the finish line with you guys. I know that if you guys will keep the promise to this program, take the support that they're offering. Let it be something that motivates you. You know, communicate with each other. It's going to be a great opportunity for you. And I want you guys to remember that, you know, have that feeling when you cross that finish line. I want you guys to have that too. Don't let the busyness of your family take that away from you. They're important, but you are too. You guys matter. You matter. And I want you to keep this commitment and do this. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm excited to be part of this, and just I want you guys to succeed, and I'm excited to watch that happen for you all. I do I have a website, and I'd love to stay connected with you guys. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff. So I've got some postcards back there if you guys want to pick one up. It's got my website, and there's links there to the social media. So I want to be a support for you guys if you've got questions. I definitely know what it's like to get started from ground zero if you're at that point. So please just communicate with me. Let me know how you're doing. I'm excited to be a part of this program.